Is it a good idea to follow up after an interview? This is a question that most candidates ask themselves, especially when you have not yet gotten feedback from the interview you just took a few days ago. Join me in this discussion as we unpack some of the best ways to do your follow-ups after the interview. And I am joined by one of the interview coach and career advisors that we have here at Corporate Staffing Services. As usual, my name is Mary, in charge of training and career advisory services. Thank you so much, Evelyn, for joining me.
Thank you, Mary, for having me.
Yes. We're looking at interview follow-ups. And the first question I have for you is it appropriate for a candidate to follow up after an interview?
Yes, Mary, and actually this is a topic that has been on debate for a while, but what I'd advise someone is to actually do a follow-up. So it's actually appropriate for a candidate to do a follow-up after an interview. And this is because it helps you be, it keeps you fresh in the interviewer's mind. Yeah? And it also just shows that you're appreciating that opportunity, which is very, very important and impressive at the same time to interviewers. Yes.
So what are some of the benefits of doing the follow-up after the interview?
Well, doing a follow-up after an interview has quite a number of benefits, but I'll just mention a few. And the first one is it shows your enthusiasm for that particular position, which is also very, very impressive when it comes to the interviewers. And then secondly, it reiterates your interest in that particular company. It shows that you really want this job. Although some people usually think that following up after an interview seems desperate.
Yeah, like
Yes,
you're desperate for
you're
the position.
which is not the case. It just shows that you actually are enthusiastic about this position and you're also interested in that company. And it also gives you room to just build that relationship with the interviewer. Yes.
And that brings me to the question of, does it enhance the follow-up that I'm doing after an interview? Will it enhance my chances of securing the position, or even how effective will it build my relationship with the interviewer?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, it will enhance you securing that position, but it is not always a guarantee. Yeah, that is one thing that candidates have to note. It is not a guarantee, but of course, when you do a follow-up, it will help you be at the forefront of the interviewer's thoughts. Yeah, and then also it will show that you're detail-oriented, probably you're also proactive, which are some of the potential qualities that interviewers look for in candidates. So that puts you in a better place compared to the rest. And about building relationships with the interviewer, of course, that is also possible, because the moment you build a positive relationship with an interviewer, there are chances that in future, when opportunities come up in that company, they will automatically call you. Because,
just in case you are not successful for this particular one.
Right, yes, yes. That is why it is very, very important. And I would also encourage candidates to always do a follow-up after an interview. It is very, very important. Yes.
I know being one of the best practices
Yes.
from candidates during an interview. I know there is quite a lot when it comes to interviews that you can share with us. But for today, let us stop at that. We're looking forward to have you in the next video, of course.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. Indeed, doing follow-ups after an interview is one of the best practices that is expected from your end as a candidate. But as Evelyn has mentioned, it is not a guarantee that that follow-up will enhance chances of you securing the job, but it helps to putting you in good books with your potential employer, and of course results into you being able to just build positive relationships with your interviewer or your potential employer. We encourage you to reach out to us whenever you have any upcoming interview or even preparing for future interviews, so that you get to learn these and more best practices that you're required to exude as a candidate, both during the interview, before the interview, and even after the interview, now bringing us to the follow-ups that we have been discussing. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.